Hello everyone, this is Jinder again, Khalsa Seva Alliance's Health, Wealth, Wisdom series. This is the last series we are talking to Mr. Lees today again. And in this one, we will be talking about how we break cycles of patterns. So we will follow the questions again. If someone realizes they have been repeating unhelpful behaviors in business, where should they start to make a change?
Well, I think that's a very good question and a very important question, but it's very difficult to do that because you've essentially lived all your life thinking one way,
Mm,
and now you have to change all of that, and everything that comes naturally to you is no longer natural. So you have to break that cycle, and there are various ways to do it. The psychologists talk about the alpha, beta, gamma, theta waves that
mm,
are emitted from the brain. And oftentimes, what is being used to change behavior is the way they deal with theta wave
mm,
emission from the brain. So, in a sense, what it what you do is you have to reinvent yourself because every interaction you have with your wife, your children, your family, it's all prone to do uh, to carry out this relationship in a way that is meaningful to you. And now to find out that all these interactions and everything that you've learned to do in your life just doesn't work
mm,
is a bit of a shock to the system, but uh, it can happen, and it happens frequently to people
mhm.
who explore it and are interested in that.
So it is possible, but it's tough.
It is tough. It is very tough, and it generally requires you to really do some self-evaluation and to understand why these particular uh, choices that you made
Mm,
were made.
mhm,
And what it comes down to is how do you make choices in business
mhm,
that bring you a return on capital?
mhm,
And if these choices are based on the same sort of thing that has always led you astray,
mhm,
then business will be no different.
mm. Okay. So, what role do mentorship and community play in breaking old patterns?
I'm really not sure that uh, it plays that much of
Mm,
uh, it has any kind of an effect. I think it's more that they maintain who
mm,
you are,
okay.
because if you if you talk to somebody about something stupid that you did, the
Mm,
first thing they say is, "Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it." Or they say, "Yeah, well, I knew you were stupid anyway, so it doesn't matter."
mm,
But if you want to change, you really have to seek somebody who understands what you're driving at, what change
mm,
actually, how it's defined. Because uh, change for its own sake, it may be of some value, but the bottom line is that what you're trying to do is get a sense of who you are versus who you
want to
would
become.
be. Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Are there daily habits or frameworks you personally use to stay self aware and adaptive?
I yes, one of the things I try to do is I try to listen very carefully to people and what they have to say, and I learn things from them, uh, from their more from their comments.
Mhm,
And as my late wife used to say, always listen to a person when they're walking out the door.
Mm-hmm.
because those words may be the most important things that you'll learn about the person.
Mm.
And because when they walk out the door, there's a kind of a relief
Mm.
that they feel, so they don't have to pretend anymore.
Okay.
And I think that listening to people
Mm-hmm.
means that you're really paying attention to all those subtle things that we have a tendency to ignore in others. And we don't even look at ourselves in a way that allows us to predict what future we're creating ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And, uh, and so I think paying attention is really an important thing.
Interesting. What's the one mindset shift that changed everything for you as an entrepreneur?
I think I think for me, the there was a major shift that took place when I started my master's degree in business. And it took place in a group setting
Mm-hmm.
where I didn't even understand that the change was occurring.
Oh, okay.
And what I realized was that somehow the room and the people in it had suddenly given me a totally different perspective on how to evaluate and how to understand things. And it was such a profound and incredible change. I almost felt like I'd walked off one planet onto another one that was very strange.
Mm-hmm.
But in that strange planet, everything was a lot clearer and a lot more profound.
Oh, so you changed, but you did not know that you have changed, or
I didn't know at the time
yeah.
that I was changing, but I realized afterwards
Mm-hmm.
that my perspective on
Had
certain
changed.
things had changed completely. And these included values, family values, it included business uh, in particular, but it also impacted my family values. And all of a sudden I understood that all of these things that I had chosen
Mm-hmm.
to do in my life were not really so much my choices
Mm-hmm.
as they were of the choices of the people who, between the ages of 1 and 5, influenced me and made me think that that was the way things were.
Mm.
And and it was a tremendous change in my life when this came to me that that was not the case. That I was just following the orders, so to speak, of perhaps generations before me.
Thank you. And that concludes our 3 series. In the end, would you like to give one piece of advice again to the business owners or the business who has been thinking about opening business? What advice they should follow?
Well, the simplest thing to advise, which is maybe not that profound, but know yourself.
Hmm,
If
powerful.
you know yourself and want to know more about yourself, then business is the place where you're going to find out.
Thank you. We're grateful to have you. And thank you. I hope everyone can follow the advices and the book you have recommended, Mr. Who's,
Mr. Hughes,
Mr. Hughes.
which is it's written by Noah Dietrich, and it's about the biography of Howard Hughes.
Thank you. And if today's talk inspired you, please follow Khalsa Seva Lines. Thank you.